Hello and welcome back to another housing video for Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at a very special item. This is the Imitation Stained Crystal Roundel. That's exactly what it says there. And this is another one of those imitation windows that you can put on to your wall. It is a wall-placed item. As you can see here, the crafting recipe for this is fairly basic, much like all of the other ones we've been looking at recently. This is a level 90 basic goldsmithing recipe, so you'll be able to do this when you're level 90 with... It's just got a recommended of 2805 like everything else. So it takes 8 of your wind and fire crystals each, 3 star quartz and 5 crystal glass. These are quite common materials. So of course, if you want to make some gil, you might want to make some of these and sell them on the market board because people are selling them quite highly and the materials are quite easy to get, which is for the most part the same across the board of 6.2's housing items that we've shown so far. So this particular item, it says all the beauty of the original imitation stained crystal pane without the sharp edges. Now of course we've had the imitation crystal panes before, which is like the church windows, but people wanted a circular one, and that's exactly what we've got. This is not dyeable. You cannot change the color of this furnishing. If I could speak, apparently. And yeah, it's a imitation window. It does let in light, as you can see as I'm wobbling it around. So this will change depending on the time of the day. Let's plop this on a wall. As you can see, it is dark right now in the game, so that's what we're going to get. But in the preview window, you'll notice that it did actually display what the light would look like. So in this preview, as you can see, it illuminates quite nicely. So what you want to do is put this on a wall where you would like the imitation of it being an actual window, which this wall isn't, but it's just a demonstration. So in ordinary light, when it's currently 7 p.m. in the game, Eorzea time, this is what it would look like. Now, the first thing that comes to mind with this is it looks very pixelated up close, which, it's not the only item to look like that. From a decent distance, though, this is going to look quite nice, isn't it? Depending on whatever loft partitions and things like that you've got. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of lovely ideas to recreate churches and other sort of places where stained glass would be. That's the first thing I could think of, would be a nice stained glass windows on like churches, and then you could put the arched windows even on walls next to this on those fancy partitions that we've got these days. Up close though, if you're going to be any sort of distance to this, any sort of proximity, it's going to be a bit pixelated, unfortunately. But that's just the nature of things in the game, really. Some get, favored quite well up close, and some they don't put as much, fidelity into. But yeah, it's all right. I would have liked the ability to dye the outside of it, though. Or one of the things I can see us doing with this is clipping this into a clock face. Probably combining 2 items together to create a really fancy stained glass clock. I'm sure somebody's probably already done that, but there are timepieces and chronometers in the game, so I can imagine those would fit together lovely. It is a nice item. It's quite large. It could be bigger, though. It could be bigger. I would have liked to seen this probably twice as big, because the arched windows are quite large, aren't they? They are quite large. But anyway, that's not a bad item considering how cheap that is to craft. And yeah, that's my only criticisms, and I'm nitpicking at this point, is the size of it, and up close it looks a bit pixelated, but so do so many other things in this game. But there are some that do not. Anyway, let me know if you've got this one yet, if you've already made a really amazing looking like church or something, or a scene. Maybe somebody's added this to their Aerith church. I know some people have recreated the Sector 7 slums in their FC house, which is mind-blowing, by the way. I cannot wait to see more people get their hands on some of these 6.2 tools as they come down in price. Again, a lot of this stuff is crafted quite cheaply as well, so if you're a crafter, get stuck in. Much love, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.